You couldn't even hear me because the freaking mic wasn't on. Let me know if you're here. Let me know if you're here. We're streaming. We're going to talk Gotham. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right, I'm going to tweet this out. So if you're seeing me, let me know. Hey, there's everybody there. I'm starting to see some comments. Hello, peoples. Hello. All right, let me tweet the stream real quick. Hold up. Nope, that's freaking Good Mythical Morning. Why are we going there? We're gonna talk Gotham. So if you want to talk Gotham, get up in here. Okay, so it says I'm live. Sweet. So let me just tweet this out real quick. Gonna tweet this out live. Hold on. We are streaming on YouTube right now. Okay. Just tweeted it out. Hello, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Welcome. If you want to talk about Le Gotham, you're in the right place. Let's talk about that episode last night. I saw it. This might be my new thing. I'm not gonna lie. I have not been wanting to make videos about Gotham or videos in general right now. I've been doing a lot more live streaming over on twitch.tv. Which is my account over there. You should definitely go follow it. But I've been doing a lot more live streaming. I've been doing a lot more designing, been writing here and there. Videos have been kind of been put to the wayside, but it's also because I want to do more research videos that are in regards to Batman, and just like the schedule of doing Gotham videos is kind of whatever. And also, like, I like the conversation more. I like the conversation more than being like, this is just my opinion, blah, 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 blah. Like, it just feels very mundane to me. So I'd rather talk to you guys about Gotham than just make a video, edit it, and then, very few people watch it. At least here, there's a dialogue happening, and we can get different opinions happening on this freaking show. So let's go. How's it going? Welcome. I see a lot of you guys in here. Green with Envy Band, Matthew, HQ, Elijah, Christian, Foxy, Nova, Bradley, Sketch, Christian, let's see, Lucas, what's up, man? Ash, how you doing? Ego, and Sydney. Oh, we got, is it Loanis? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. The entire episode was literally the trailer, except we saw Jeremiah fall into the vat, which we already knew was going to happen. Yes, I said this in the last live stream, if you guys came to watch it, that the trailer that they had out, the trailer for Gotham, was pretty much, they gave everything away. They showed like everything in that trailer. The rest of the freaking episode was just that you didn't see in the trailer was the Barbara and Lee stuff, and then the Lee and Gordon stuff. But all the Jerome stuff they literally showed in that trailer, which was ridiculous. So that kind of sucked. Audrey, hello, welcome to the stream. Let's see. Thoughts on Penguina and Riddler escaping together? I mean, they're friends. I mean, it's kind of what it is. It's just, I have no problem with it. But I mean, I don't know. I wish there was kind of a better idea. They're gonna build a submarine. Like, Riddler, out of all the things Riddler could do, you think he could have come up with something else. Like, there's an alternate route, or he could do some kind of chess match kind of thing to get over there, but they're going to build a submarine. I would have rather had them steal a submarine than build one, because, like, I know Riddler's really smart, but I'm pretty sure submarines are billion-dollar type things. And you're just going to have Riddler build a submarine, like, in a few days? What, just him, Penguin, and some scrubs? Like, I don't know about that. So, yeah, that's kind of weird. Am I the only one who thought that acid looked like Nickelodeon slime? You are not the only one that thought that. Yes, it was very fake. It was CGI, which was kind of dumb. I mean, how hard would it have been to, like, bubble some freaking slime or some acid, you know what I mean? It looked very CGI. Jeremiah stuff. Riddler can sure tell clone Barbara based on her pregnancy, I'm sure. Are you excited for Jeremiah in the finale? I mean, okay, so here's my thing. And I know everybody's like, oh my god, you're always like, you're just shitting on Jeremiah. I'm not. It's the show. I want you guys to explain this to me. Genuinely, I want you to just really, really think about it. And I want to have a solid argument from somebody. Because I have no problem with being wrong here. I have no problem with being wrong. But how the hell has Jeremiah just suddenly started acting a little bit more like Jerome? I know people are going to be like, oh, the gas totally changed him. No, the gas didn't change him as much as people think. Because he was the one over here saying, like, oh, the gas did nothing but change my appearance. Like, blah, blah, blah. I've always been this crazy. I've always been this manipulative. Those were Jeremiah's words. But how the hell is he becoming so much more like Jerome and this jokery clown character when nothing's really happened to him? Like, nothing has literally happened to Jeremiah to do this. Apparently, he planned to get stabbed, so that wasn't something like, oh, he died and was brought back and now his mind's different. Like, how has he just changed personality this whole time? It makes no freaking sense. I mean, the one thing that they could have done this season, and I would like to think that, oh, if they had more time, they would do it, but this is Gotham. And Gotham's never been really great at developing their characters. They kind of just like, oh, they're starting and then bam, they're full-blown characters and like, oh my god, that's crazy. But it's never like good character development in this show. And the one little sliver of hope I had for Jeremiah was I thought we were going to see him starting to go more and more crazy throughout the season. We saw it in his first episode back that he was talking to himself. He was like, no. He's like, no, we got to do this. And no. Like, we saw him doing that, and I was just like, okay, cool. Maybe he's going to slightly fall into madness, but that never happened because he literally got stabbed that same episode, and then he comes back, and then he's making the freaking clones of Bruce and Bruce's parents, the Waynes. And I'm just like, how is he getting crazier? There's no explanation here. There's nothing happening to make him go crazier. It makes no sense. Like, I know people get on me for talking crap about Gotham, but this is basic writing. It's character development. I don't see how that happened. You can't say Jeremiah is this mastermind. He's been planning this from the beginning, and then he's just somehow this goofy, I laugh all the time kind of character. It makes no sense. So, like, that really bothered me. Jeremiah is now a completely different character from when he first introduced. Jeremiah had a part of him that was similar to Jerome and has become unhinged. He becomes more like his brother, which is ironic considering he hates Jerome. Yeah, but it makes no sense. How is he becoming unhinged? Like, they don't talk about it. You're just assuming it. I mean, Jeremiah literally tells you that he's so much better than Jerome, and he's nothing like him at all. Like, he just said the gas did nothing to him. It's just cosmetic stuff. Like, he literally says that in season 4. I think Jeremiah acts like himself. He has influences from brother, but his personality isn't reflective of Jerome's. Well, see, I would believe that had he not acted so different in season 4. And, like, a lot of people are trying to use this he's falling into madness stuff. But how? Where? Where are you seeing this that he's falling into madness? Like, there's no really good things. He's just doing crazier stuff now. That's not falling into madness. Like, falling into madness is literally being a comedian and then falling into the vat and then coming out and being 100% different person. Like, Jeremiah hasn't done that. And so, like, it doesn't make any sense. That's Gotham writing for you. Remember at the end of season 4 finale when he let out that huge smile at the bridge, Blue? He's had about 8 months to lose himself. But it doesn't, like, you can't just assume that. Like, that's the biggest thing. That's that's assuming everything that happened to Scarecrow. It's the same thing. Like, the show, this is the thing, is a show, or I should say good writing, should never make a viewer assume. A viewer should never have to assume anything about a character. Like, it's okay to, like, trick people because it's part of the story. Like, you know, it's like, oh my god, I didn't even see that twist coming. Like, what the heck? But that's okay. But you should never have to assume stuff about a character in good shows. You should never have to assume anything. But if you're saying, like, oh yeah, he's had like 8 months, 9 months, blah, blah, and the way you combat that is you just show a scene of somebody saying, like, oh yeah, like, you know, since the bridge is blue, like, Jeremiah hasn't been the same person, or blah, blah. They didn't do any of that. Nothing like that ever happened. He didn't take over some territories and become some crazy maniac. Like, there's none of that at all. And it's just not, like, it makes no sense. And it's the same thing when I talk about with Scarecrow. Scarecrow, in season 4, we saw him escape from Gordon. Like, he got away. Very few people get away from Gordon without Gordon actually catching them later on. Scarecrow escaped. We never see him again until the second part of season 4, and he just so happens to be in Arkham with a brand new suit? So we're supposed to assume he got caught, but during that time that he got caught, he made a whole new suit and built up a whole new crew because he has a lot of followers now that the bridge is blue. Like, you shouldn't have to assume that about characters. Like, that's not good writing. Like, you're supposed to develop those characters and make them better. Go look at any of the top shows that are, like, getting 10,000 million views or whatever, and I guarantee you the writing is nothing like that. You are not assuming about those characters. The only time you're assuming is if you're trying to think about future stuff. Like, oh man, what if that character is going to be king? What if they do it like this? That hasn't been done yet. But this is storylines that we're already past stuff, and you're having to fill in the holes yourself. You shouldn't be doing that as a viewer. Blah 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 blah. Let's see. Hey, Foxy8, how are you? What up, Jalen? Welcome. Blah blah blah. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think the climax sucked. The Jim and Lee twist was predictable. Oh yeah, I mentioned that in one of my videos, by the way. I totally called that the people in the alleyway were going to be Jim and Lee and not his parents. You said it yourself, Juice. The season is going by fast and can't lose time on small things like that. Yeah, Christian, but the thing is, even if you have a small, like, season, again, there's no excuse for not being able to do all this stuff because they're trying to cram in so much stuff right now. And I get it because they're not going to have a final season anymore. But, I mean, there's no excuse not to have good episodes in a 12-season, like, season. Go talk to Netflix and see if Netflix is complaining or having a bunch of filler episodes with Stranger Things, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, all of that stuff. All of those shows are freaking 13 episodes and they're great. So there's no excuse. Like, there's really not an excuse to not have good writing, even if your season only has 12 episodes. So, and let's be real, this season hasn't been great. It hasn't been. Jeremiah and Harley Quinn have been the best things this season. All of this other stuff has been really filler. Like, it's been a really terrible season that is supposed to be the final season of this show. Like, you could have had an amazing... Again, we're dealing with freaking no man's land. A lot of these episodes should have just had other gangs trying to take over territory. Penguin should have been trying to take over Riddler's territory or Barbara's territory. We should have been having, like, all these little wars and stuff happening, like, almost every episode because people are constantly fighting for more territory. That would have been more exciting, and Gordon's just trying to keep the peace and keep people alive this whole season. And then you can throw in the Jeremiahs and the Bruce Waynes. Like, all of that would have just been better storyline opposed to all of this craziness that is happening and these filler episodes that are going on with Gotham. And, like, again, in this episode, in Ace Chemicals, we all knew what was going to happen. We knew Jeremiah was going to fall into the vat, but it was very anticlimactic because they showed everything in a trailer. Like, there was nothing special. They even gave away the best line, which is, you would be nothing, you're a joke without a punchline. Like, that was literally in the trailer. And then he falls into the vat after that. And that's it. And, like, they didn't even give us the scene where he climbed out. Like, if he would have climbed out, that would have been better. But we didn't even get that scene. He just showed up in a hospital bed, covered up in bandages, and he has brain damage now. So yeah, it was very anticlimactic. A very anticlimactic episode. It kind of sucked. 2 Barbaras. Yeah, like 13 Reasons Why. What's your favorite season of Gotham? Probably the Mad Hatter season, which I think was season 3. Do you have hopes that the Batsuit in the finale would be great? Well, we saw the back of it, and when he was running through the alleyway with all the dust, it looked pretty awesome, but there's no telling. I mean, I'm pretty sure it'll be good, but I don't know. I don't know if we're going to get a full-blown Batsuit or if it's going to be like in the shadows of a Batsuit, you know what I mean? Because they did that in the Titans finale, and it looked kind of cool when he was in the shadows and just fighting people and beating up people. That didn't look too bad. I think Gotham's probably going to go a little step higher with that, but we'll have to wait and see. I feel like very few episodes this season actually forward to the story in any way. The Bruce and Alfred moments are good. The writers are basically just going to bombard us with everything in the last few episodes. It's going to be a complete and total overload. Yeah, probably. Somebody messaged me on Instagram or Twitter. They were saying, Juice, how do you feel? I didn't see the previews to the next episode, by the way. But they were saying, how do you feel about Clayface, the Ventriloquist, and Killer Croc all being in the next episode? Is that true? Because if that's true, like, what the hell? Like, I hope they're working for somebody. I hope they're working for Penguin or something, because that's a lot of characters just to throw into one episode. It's a bad show. We see the full Batsuit at the very end. What did you think of Titans? Titans? Okay. All right. Just so you guys don't think that I only hate on Gotham. Titans was a show that the best parts of it were when the Titans were not involved. So, I currently haven't watched Doom Patrol, but everybody's telling me Doom Patrol is amazing. In Titans, one of the first episodes, or one of the first few episodes, was Doom Patrol. That was one of the better episodes of the season. Any episode that had Hawk and Dove in it was also immediately better because Dove is bae, but also because those two characters are amazing. So, yeah, I don't know. I didn't like Raven. I really, really disliked Raven. I liked the other three. Starfire I thought was cool. Robin was pretty dope, and so was Beast Boy. But Raven's, like, her story centering around her and stuff was kind of boring. And, yeah, I just felt like everybody else in that show was way better than the Titans. And it ended terribly. It ended so terribly. And if you guys don't know what happened with Titans, is there was actually a 12th episode, but they were like, no, let's end it here and use that 12th episode for the next season, which is so dumb. Because, like, it just ended, like, I don't know, it ended on this crazy cliffhanger, which I know this is a comic book show, but usually when a season ends, you kind of end the story and then, like, tease the next story. And that's a cliffhanger you go off of. But this one just didn't even finish the story and was just a weird-ass cliffhanger, leaving, freaking Dick in a weird position. So it was just like, okay. Like, I don't know. It was terrible. When is Bane coming back? I have no idea. He is the best scene with Bruce Wayne. Yeah, Ventriloquist, yes. Clayface, maybe. Killer Croc, not sure about that one. I've been here, though. I'm watching the episode in an hour. It's practically waiting for this series finale at this point. I've heard so many people say they're waiting for the finale. That's really why the only way they're watching. Dove is bae. I agree, Bradley. I agree. Ventriloquist is Mr. Penn. It's Gotham. Nobody dies. And Killer Croc looking dude appears on a preview. Okay, see, there we go. Next week, trailer analysis. Maybe. I don't know. Like I said, my mindset right now, I literally called in today because I just felt like I didn't want to go to work. I've just been kind of, I don't know, reevaluating life right now, and I feel like the conversations, these kind of videos are a little bit better for me, or like these kind of like just things, opposed to making videos. I'm not gonna stop making videos. Just don't freak out about that. But at this moment in time, I kind of just want to have conversations, like if you guys got questions, I can just answer them right away, like boom, bada bing, right? Just put this video out there. And again, if this lasts for an hour and some people aren't able to watch, then they can go back and watch for an hour, you know what I mean? So I don't know, I feel like you get a little bit more out of this kind of stuff, but we'll see what happens. I think Poison Ivy is coming back in the next episode. I saw leaked photos of her and Lur? Who's Lur? Mr. Penn, who thought died, turns out to be a ventriloquist, probably wanting to kill Penguin in the next episode. They better explain how he gets the damn dummy. Like, they better explain that. Because they've never shown it before. Is he just going to come back to life and he's a ventriloquist now? I mean, see, again, this is solid writing. Would have had Penguin getting mad at Mr. Penn at some point during the season and been like, will you put that damn stupid doll down, like, and come do your job, Mr. Penn, or I'm going to throw that thing in a wood chipper. Like, that would have been cool, and then you just have Mr. Penn, like, slowly voice Scarface, and then he dies, and he comes back, and he's just full-blown Scarface. That is solid character development. It's foreshadowing. But if he's just going to come back like, I'm Mr. Penn, and I have a dummy, and he freaking rules my life, like, what? You know what I mean? It's not that hard to develop characters. You can do it in the slightest ways. Let's see. Zaz is always disappearing. He is. Let's see. They focus too much on characters we already know, i.e. Riddler, Penguin, rather than having stories for supporting characters like Freeze and Firefly and building those characters. Totally agree, Andrew. Totally agree. Wait, really? I thought Ventriloquist was going to be in the episode. I misspelled Lee. Knowing the Gotham writers, Penn has probably had a side hobby, thus he has Scarface. You got a point, Vato. Okay, is Mr. Penn, I thought there was going to be a twin brother route. Are they going to do another twin brother thing? Really? Oh, I hope not. I hope not. That would be terrible. It amazes me how bad Gotham's writing can be sometimes. Are we having Man-Bat? I have no idea. Guys, I genuinely do not look for this show at all. I stopped following, like, Gotham Hub because, man, they, like, I don't know if you guys follow Gotham Hub on Twitter. Good freaking Twitter handle if you want to see everything Gotham. Definitely go follow them. But they would retweet their stuff so many times I felt like that's all I was getting thrown in my face, so I stopped following them. They stopped following me too, so equally, I guess we just didn't want to agree with each other, which is totally fine. But, that's where I was getting a lot of my news because they would post everything. So I don't even look for Gotham stuff anymore. Like, I genuinely, like, some of you guys will tell me stuff and I'm like, oh, really? That's going to happen? I do not seek this stuff out anymore. I just watch the episodes. So it's crazy. Plot twist, Mr. Penn is Batman. What happened to Harvey Dent? Everybody does that. Everybody I know that does the word Harvey Dent does it in the Joker voice. Never fails. I don't know why. It's just like what do they call it? A what response? It's like a psychology thing. Okay. Where did Jeremiah get a bigger chin? I don't know. Are you talking about at the end of the episode? I mean, his face and skin and stuff was boiling, so that's probably what it was. I'm 1 minute into the stream, by the way, Juice. I missed the notification because I was watching Gotham. Oh, it's all good. It's all good. I know where he is. Bring Jerome back. Make him the real Mr. J. He's a better Joker. Killer Croc. Preach. That's the truth. Wait. Earbarthon. What did Earbarthon say that is the truth? I didn't see any of that. Blah, 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 blah. Is that like way up there? I have to like find this. I don't know where the hell that person is that said that. Blah, 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 blah. Alright, I don't know where it's at, so I'm not going to be able to see that. Okay, I hate that they killed off Magpie. She was a very interesting character, and I'd like to see more of her. Yeah, I mean, if Gotham wants, they can bring her back immediately. Jerome should be the Joker, not Jeremiah. Same. Let's see. I feel like I've been tripping on something because Magpie is already dead. She got... Yeah, she got shot. She was dying on the floor. She tried to steal something, and she got, what's his name, set up bombs or set up guns. And she got shot, and then he blasted her in the face, if I'm not mistaken. Blah, blah, blah. Jerome had so much charisma. I feel like they keep turning random characters who are already in the show into villains with no character development on how they become evil. Bonjour, Jus. What up, Boba? How you doing, man? We're just talking about the show from last night. Oh, okay. I want to, besides Jerome and Jeremiah and everything we were talking about, I want to know what your guys' thoughts are on Lee and Gordon. Like, what is happening there? I'm just so confused with what is going on. Because, like, I don't know. Maybe I read it wrong. I was watching this while I was kind of busy. But was she getting mad at Gordon because of what happened with Barbara and everything? Yet, is she forgetting that she literally became a bad guy at one point, was teaming up with Riddler, and was trying to go for this whole, like, I am this dark person, Jim. Like, I'm somebody totally different. Like, we change and blah, blah. So, what was happening there? Like, I know they end up kissing, so maybe she's, like, forgiving him and, like, they're going to start anew or whatever. But, like, I was literally thinking the whole time, I was like, this girl is not getting mad at Gordon for his crazy past when she just went through all of that stuff with the Narrows and Riddler. I know that's not what's happening here. Like, I was like, what? It was crazy. Probably just setting up Endgame. I think Barbara will die a little after she gives birth. And maybe Lee will get with Gordon after that. Maybe. I mean, that's a possibility. It's also like I'm losing my train of thought. Barbara did say that was it Barbara or Gordon that said that, like, her baby's innocent, right? Just because Barbara's been crazy doesn't mean that the baby is, or that the baby should be innocent and not treated the way Barbara is or whatever. So it's very possible that Barbara maybe does die later on. Maybe in the 10-year time gap or whatever, she gives her life or whatever. I don't know. We find out some crazy story. But it's very possible that the baby does happen. And then, freaking Gordon and Lee take care of the baby. It's possible. Lee, Gordon, Barbara love triangle is honestly boring at this point. The Jim Gordon effect. Cure. Lazy writing. You want to know, like, since Jim Gordon is going through this triangle, like, with Barbara and Lee right now, you want to know what I want to see? I want to see Valerie Vale come back, and I want to see freaking Sophia Falcone come back and be like, we're pregnant too, and then they all have babies, and Gordon's just like, I feel like that would be such a more exciting show at this point. Like, all the women that he's been sleeping with these last 5 seasons just all come back and they all have babies. And they're all Jim Gordons. And you're just like, oh my God! And it's just like all this craziness. I mean, they're doing everything else in the show right now. Make them all have babies with Gordon. Bat from the box would be preferred Jerome, or I prefer Jerome. It was Barbara, I think. Blah, blah, blah. So the chips in Lee and Ed's head are now gone. The one in Ed's head is gone for sure because Lucius Fox took that out. And then apparently, and then we saw Gordon fry the one in Lee's head. So it might still be in her head, but it doesn't work anymore. So, because Hugo Strange had to fix Ed's. So, yeah, I would assume hers is done. The episode was a big misjustice to Lee. She was disappointed by Jim. In season 4 finale, she was talking about her own agency. I want Sophia, Lee, Valerie, and Barbara to beat his ass, to be honest. Rate every season of Gotham from best to worst. Well, I haven't really liked the last 2 seasons. I thought 3 was the best, then 2, then 1, and then probably the last 2. I forgot Sophia was still alive. Yes, she's technically in a coma, but, she's alive. I definitely forgot about Valerie Vale was even in the show. Everybody did. She was in like 3 or 4 episodes. They hook up in episode 1 or 2. And then she gets shot and she's all like, don't talk to me. And they never show her again. Like, I thought maybe they were going to have her talk over time. Maybe her start questioning the GCPD like really crazy, like having some resentment towards Jim. But again, there goes that character development that Gotham doesn't do very well. And they just bring in characters and throw them away. So, I don't know. Everybody forgets about Clone Bruce. What happened to that guy? We're supposed to assume he died, but nobody dies in Gotham, so I don't know. Oh shit, she is alive. I forgot she was in a coma. She should have been able to tell when Tabitha was going to die, for example, right? For real. I was Valerie would come back, but how the actress is in The Gifted. Yeah, I mean, obviously they get new actors and actresses, but she didn't have a job at that point, you know what I mean? Gotham has very good value, though. Explain. What do you mean value? I don't think you mean like ratings value because they're getting canceled. Vicky was like on 6 episodes according to Gotham Wiki, but that's still not a lot. Well, was she in 6 episodes? Because sometimes actors get credited for an episode that they're not in because they could be referenced. Like, if Gordon's just passing and talking to Bullock and he's all like, hey, how's Valerie? And he's all like, she's fine. Sometimes they get credit. I don't know. Credits are weird. Production value. Oh, production value. Yeah, I'd agree with that. It does have some. Well, not that acid. That acid looked pretty bad. Like somebody said in the chat. I mean, it freaking looked like Nickelodeon slime. And it was, I just don't get why you CGI that. Like, I know they had a scene from above and it was like CGI slime, but I mean, it's not hard to like, you know, fill a jacuzzi with green stuff and turn on the jets. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just really weird. I agree with the season being lackluster. It had so much potential and they're wasting it. I don't understand why they didn't use Cameron more in the last season. It's frustrating. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I guess, I mean, you did this huge thing with Jeremiah at the end of season 4, and he's kind of the villain right now, but there's no like solid villain in this final season. Like the previous see, this is why season 3 I think is the best season, because I felt like it was the most coherent and most thought out season they had, because the Mad Hatter was a big player in the previous, like in the first half of the season, and then he was still a part of the, you know, the latter half of the season. And that was one of the biggest things. Like, he was a main character throughout. He wasn't the big bad, but he was a solid character. Season 4 should have, that the Mad Hatter character in season 3 should have been Scarecrow in season 4. He should have been the second tier villain with a bigger villain above him, which would have been Raish. But like, I don't know. I just don't get why Gotham, like, I don't know. Maybe that's why I started disliking the show so much, is because I felt like Gotham was finally going to, like, start becoming that show I wanted it to be, where I thought it was just really awesome. They were going to start bringing in all these crazy characters. Things just started seeming like they were going in the right direction. And then it just went boom really quickly. And I just don't know what happened. Like, that's why season 3 is my favorite season. Season 4 had its moments. Professor Pig was awesome. Professor Pig was dope. I wanted more stuff like that. I wanted more stuff like Hatter, Penguin, well, I mean, Penguin is actually pretty dope. Like, when he freaking tricked out Tabitha, that was long-time storytelling. I like stuff like that. And that's stuff you can do with your characters that you have all the time. But these sub-characters like Mad Hatter, like Pig, those should have solid stories all the time. For the time that they're going to be there. But yeah, I don't know. I just felt like they dropped the ball like really hardcore. And I don't think anybody out there liked freaking Kamehameha Barbara Gordon, or not Barbara Gordon, but Barbara in season 4. The demon's head actually being powers, I think that's where they jumped the shark. Like, you didn't need to have that. Like, that was so ridiculous. Like, Barbara, like, I'm gonna give you something while I'm stuck in this freaking thing. And You see it go through her body? Like, what? Oh my god. Like, I couldn't believe that. I think that's probably, like, I know I hated when Bruce stabbed Raish. Like, that's really when, like, if you go watch my channel, that's where I lost it. But that Barbara and Raish thing from season 4, let's be real, that was terrible. Like, who thought of that? It was so bad. Oh my god. Cameron's acting is the best part of the season, in my opinion. Yo, Cameron's great. Like, he's a great actor, and I feel like they could have done so much with him, but it's just like, I don't know, like, them not being able to use the Joker moniker and this double, you know, like, twin storyline. Like, had he just stayed Jerome the whole time, I think he would have been, like, by far my favorite character and the best thing about this series. The entire Ross story was awful, in my opinion. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, Juice. Everyone also completely forgot that Barbara should have the power of the demon. She literally held her glowing hand up to the end of season 4. Yeah, that's true. That's so true. Boba makes a great point. But yeah, I don't get it. It's just like, I don't know. Like, so I'm not watching Flash or anything right now. I literally haven't seen any of those shows in so long. Even the shows I want to watch right now, like, I barely finished Vikings, which is one of my favorite shows, a couple weeks back. Like, I had to catch up on a bunch of episodes I hadn't seen. Vikings is an amazing show, by the way. So, like, my watching shows right now is terrible. Like, Deadly Class, I saw the first episode. That show's amazing. I haven't seen any episodes after that. Like, Happy is about to come out, is another great show. That's about to come out in March. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to watch that week to week, but it's going to be kind of hard. But I listen to Kevin Smith's podcast from time to time, and he always talks about how he went and, like, on Flash or whatever, right? They have, like, a continuity person to where if they're trying to do something, they're like, this continuity person is supposed to bust out this notebook and be like, no, you can't do that because in episode 4 of season 2 or whatever, we said this. That might not be, this was actually from like a couple years ago, by the way, so I know that Flash hasn't been the best either with some of their stuff, but apparently Kevin Smith said they had one of those people when he was filming his episode of The Flash, like his first episode of The Flash. And I feel like that doesn't exist on Gotham. I feel like a continuity person does not exist on Gotham. And I also feel like the people writing Gotham have never read the Batman comic books. Or if they have, they read one book. And that was it. And it kind of blows my mind. I think I personally, if I was going into a job about something that was really popular, I would want to get an expert on the situation. And been like, hey, you know about this stuff, right? You read nothing but Batman. We want to do this with these characters. Do you think that's a good idea? Like, I would consult with somebody like that, you know what I mean? Like, if you wanted to build a house, like, are you just going to start building it? Or are you going to be like, hey, architect person that went to school and knows all about math and knows how to design things, can you design this for me? And then you can build it if you have a blueprint. But, I mean, if you're just going to be like, let me just start hammering stuff and build this stuff, and here's some plumbing. Like, I wouldn't do that. I don't know about you guys. I mean, maybe you're a lot more handy than me. But I'm just saying. It blows my mind. Oh, man, Vikings rocks. Yo, this season was great, Boba. Are you caught up? This season was dope. Like, Vikings and, like, shows like Game of Thrones and stuff are the only shows. And maybe it has to be that way. Maybe it has to be that style of show. But they're the one shows that can do time jumps and kill off characters, and the show is still good. Like, that's crazy. It's almost unheard of. Because usually when you kill big characters, like Game of Thrones and Vikings have both killed huge characters. Like, huge characters. And the show has went on to still be great. Like, that is very hard to do. That's like killing Jerome and leaving Jerome dead in Gotham. Like, it's crazy. It's insane. It's like killing Gordon and continuing the show and still being successful. I'm sad the next season is the last, though. I didn't think it could go on after Ragnar, but I was proven completely and utterly wrong. Bjorn rocks. Other sons are great too. Yeah. Oh, it's the last season? Oh, shit. Now I'm kind of depressed. I didn't know it was going to be the last season. I love Catherine Winnick. Oh, my God. She is an angel. She's like 40, I think. And she looks like 27. Like, girl. She's beautiful. But anyways, yeah, if you don't also, Boba, I'd be interested to see your thoughts on this. But like, if we were just throwing out random people that could play the Joker or that might make an interesting Joker, freaking Iva's character, I forget the actor's name, but I think he would be an amazing Joker. There's this one scene, for those of you that haven't watched Vikings, there's this son of Ragnar who was the main guy. He was basically like the Batman of Vikings. He has all of these sons that are supposed to be even like they're trying to live up to like his legend. And one of them is like, he has like a deformity in his legs, so he can't really do anything. But he ends up like, he's like one of the most dangerous sons of Ragnar. They call him Iva the Boneless. And he ends up building like these stilts or something so he can walk and stuff. But there's this one scene where they go into battle. This guy who has just fucked up legs goes into battle, and he ends up killing these people. And he's like covered in blood. He's just like soaked in blood. And he's just holding like two knives. And he's all like, ah! And like he's just like super happy and crazy and looks so terrifying. I saw that scene and I was like, oh my God, he'd probably be a great Joker. Like a brutal, like just vindictive, crazy Joker, because he's insane. And just that scene alone, I was like, damn. That's just my opinions. I think he's awesome. But you guys definitely got to watch that. Bad Blood, anyone seen? Also, Juice, did you hear that Bane is going to be the first person to feel Batman's wrath? That'd be kind of cool. Let's see. Do you watch or have watched Black Lightning? I haven't seen The Gifted. I saw one episode of Black Lightning. I liked it, but I just didn't continue the show. I've heard it's the last one. I think I read it somewhere. Yeah, she does. Oh shit, it's the last one. Now I'm depressed. It's true. Black Lightning is really good. Yeah, Black Lightning is good. Gifted is updated heroes, so it's okay. I think when he said that the gas did nothing, he was just lying because he didn't want to give Jerome the satisfaction, even though he's dead. Maybe not. Let's see. Yeah, he would be very good. He's pretty insane. They occasionally do a wicked laugh with him. Yeah, he's insane. Do you ever watch their bloopers, Boba? If you've never seen the bloopers on the show between all of them, because apparently like they're constantly pranking each other. They're hilarious. Like the bloopers of Vikings are hilarious. I got to go to a panel at San Diego Comic-Con with the cast of Vikings. This was post Ragnar. And they were doing like Q&As with fans, and this person came in a full fox costume and said they wanted to give Catherine Winnick a hug. And they went up on stage and they gave Catherine Winnick a hug. And I don't know if they like hugged her a little too long or whatever, but whatever. They ended up like ripping his mask off, and it was freaking Travis Fimmel, who was Ragnar in the show, and he joined the freaking. He joined the cast and like chatting and doing the Q&A stuff. It was really awesome. Like they're really funny. And then he ended up stealing Bjorn's phone on the set, and he gave it out to the whole audience. He was all like, "Oh, 2221," like he said whatever his number was, and that guy got so pissed. He goes like, "What the hell?" And then people started texting him and calling his phone. He was like, "Oh my God," he was so mad. But they just constantly prank each other on that show. It's hilarious. Good time. Supreme, what up, Supreme? Are you excited for Joaquin Phoenix's Joker? Well, you know what? The Joker, again, I'm gonna stick to my guns on this. It was definitely a movie I don't need it, but from what I've seen, I am intrigued and excited for that movie. Still don't need it. Still don't need a Joker origin movie, but with the way things are happening and the way the DCEU just seems like it's going to end up taking characters and replacing them to continue making movies and stay in the same universe or whatever, I'm cool with this side thing, whatever freaking their DC's trying to do. If they want to do Elseworld stories, because I'm not going to lie, I would love to see an Elseworld story that is, Red Sun, freaking Superman landing in Russia and becoming their superhero, and then, all this other stuff. Like, I would love Elseworld stories like that, to where the director doesn't have to worry about continuity in the DCEU. So I'm cool with it. Again, I don't need a Joker origin story. I never wanted one, but I'm excited because I like Joaquin Phoenix, and from the pictures and stuff I've seen, it looks awesome. So those are my thoughts on that. Completely random Jerome quote, and get rid of the weirdo. She's giving me the heebie-jeebies. You're welcome. Echo is amazing. Echo, surprisingly, I surprisingly like Echo. I like the story they went with her of just, shooting her head, like shooting the back of her head, and that's what caused her to go crazy. That stuff, it's those little things about that make writing good. And I don't know who thought of that idea, but hopefully that was their only idea, and they weren't the ones writing this whole season, because then they had one good idea out of a bunch of bad ones. But that was a solid idea. I mean, that is a way to build an origin for one of your characters, and they do it quickly. Like, they didn't show her shooting herself, and we did see that she was pretty much sane in the first episode, because she went into the GCPD, she wrote the stuff down, she had the really long hair and everything. And then we have to assume that she shot herself between then and, when we see her as Harley. Again, don't like having to assume stuff, but she does explain it, so that's okay. As to where Jeremiah just starts being crazy for no reason. You know what I mean? Had he come back, had he died after Selina stabbed him, and had he came back crazier, that would have made more sense. So, I don't know. It's the little things. Whenever you get around to some TV, though, I seriously recommend the Umbrella Academy. I think you'll love it. Everybody keeps telling me about that. Everybody keeps telling me about Umbrella Academy. So I'm going to have to try to, take a day off and try to watch it or something. Is that on Netflix, Boba? Is that on Netflix, or where is that at? Let me know. Is it on Hulu? I just need to know where it's at. I keep hearing about that. Everybody keeps saying Umbrella Academy, Umbrella Academy. So I need to check it out. I'm really into comic book shows that are not DC and Marvel right now. I'm just loving them because they're so different. It just feels great. Do you think Barbara will change her way of murdering and stuff now that she's pregnant, or she doesn't want to be a bad role model for her child after she's born? Maybe a little bit of both. I mean, I think Barbara's probably in that motherly instinct mode right now, because if she kills people are going to want to hurt her. And now she's got to worry about the baby. So she could be like, all right, let me stop killing people, because if I stop killing people, then I only got to worry about the people I've already pissed off. But if I start killing more people, then I'm going to have to worry about new people being pissed off at me. And I need to make this baby be born. So that could be her thought process. What if in about 20 years, there's this event that brings the DCEU or DC Black, the label that the Joker is going under, together like a multiverse thing? That would be wild. That would be wild, but you know what? To be honest, I think if the Joker movie blows up, if the Joker movie is great and everybody loves it, I wouldn't be surprised if DC is like, hey, how about we just make Joaquin Phoenix the Joker in our freaking Batman universe? And boom, they just do it. It wouldn't make any sense, but they could be just like, why not? Who cares? We already recast Batman. We recast freaking possibly Henry Cavill. Who cares? Let's just do it. I hope that's not what happens, because I still think you need to give Jared Leto one more chance at the Joker, and not have him be so crazy, and actually have somebody direct him, opposed to being like, hey Jared, just go do your thing, be wild, we don't care. I think you need to reel him in, because he's an amazing actor. But yeah, I don't know. He's not going to be in Suicide Squad 2, because apparently Gunn and Leto are not friends. They don't like each other, so that's not going to happen. And then they're not making the Harley Quinn and Joker movie anymore, so that's not going to happen. And they're not going to make a Joker solo movie anymore for Jared Leto's Joker. So Jared Leto might be out as the Joker, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. Let's see. Alfred is getting his own series. Okay, honestly better than most comic book shows. Nice. I'll have to check it out. Did somebody say it's on Netflix? Okay, cool. Yeah, all right, I'll have to check it out. Can someone please explain how Penn is a ventriloquist? He died, and they resurrected the... Wait, what? And if he resurrected the ventriloquist, why don't they just resurrect Tabitha? Sorry, if he's rezzed, that'll be so dumb. We'll have to wait and see. A whole series that might be pushing it. A whole series on what? Alfred? Is that what you're saying? That they're pushing it? Pennyworth sounds like a series we don't really need or want, to be honest. I will say, I don't know anything about Pennyworth that's being made, but Alfred, the character in the comic books, has a great freaking backstory. Like, if you guys don't know anything about Alfred, if you think he's just Batman's butler, hell nah. Homeboy has had a life. Homeboy was almost a Batman before Batman was Batman. Like, there was like, he was like gonna be a Black Knight, or I forgot what it was called. But I think it's All-Star Batman. I think it's Scott Snyder's All-Star Batman. There was a character chasing, was it All-Star Batman? It might have been Detective. It was definitely early last year, could have even been 2017. But there was a series where an old friend of Alfred's is coming back, has come back into Alfred's life, and is like, he was his commander in the army or something like that, and he wanted Alfred to be this, like, basically this army Batman guy, and he's apparently like this knight that goes and does all these crazy impossible missions, and Alfred was being trained to be that character, but he doesn't end up being it, and that's what pisses off that guy, and they have a falling out or whatever. Well, that knight character comes back to try to kill Batman to kind of get back at Alfred. Like, it's a really solid story, and you find out that Alfred has this crazy past of being in MI6 or whatever. You know, he's basically part of, like, a secret agency and stuff. He's basically like James Bond almost. And, yeah, it's like he did all this stuff in the military. That's how he has all this medical training and all this stuff. So you could make an amazing Alfred show, but you could also make an amazing prequel Batman show. It all depends on who's running it. I mean, you saw what happened with Gotham. I mean, they had to bring in villains to try to get this show to survive. So, I don't know. I mean, it's going to be really hard. I feel like people that are going to watch Pennyworth are going to be like, where's Batman? Are they going to hint at Batman? Are they going to show Bruce Wayne? Like, is the Joker in this? And I think that's probably what's going to kill it, because people just want to see Batman and they don't want to care about the other characters. And I think that's where people shine in the comic books, is because they constantly have the ability to just kind of tell those stories. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens with Pennyworth. Yeah, if I'm corrected, it's a Gotham prequel. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I would not take that as fact. Okay, I have a theory, Juice. What if Barbara dies in the submarine when Penguin and Ed are trying to escape after the baby is born? Maybe the mines in the river kill her? I'm not sure, but still. I think that might be a stretch. I don't think you're going to have her die by mines. I keep crashing out the stream for some reason. Wait, I keep crashing out the stream for some reason. You keep crashing out of this stream, you keep crashing out? Or like the other streams that we have, you crash out. Around late 20s and early 30s. Okay, the episode was amazing, but the Ace Chemicals fight was too short. Plus, it felt like Jeremiah was put on the spot. Also, the ending was disappointing. I really hoping to get a Laughing Joker panel next. Panel thing. Yeah, I don't know. I was kind of hoping that we would have got that too, but yeah, it was very anticlimactic. Like, you could have just shown, I mean, because if I'm not mistaken, the 89 Batman movie, does it show him climbing out of the vat? It shows his hand, right? Like, his hand comes out of the freaking thing. I just saw that movie like a couple months ago. But yeah, like, even if you would have paid homage to that, like showing his hand coming out with the glove, like the glove all burnt, that would have been even better. Like, have him heal on his own. But you're going to have him in the hospital? Like, I don't know about that. I mean, Harley's going to have to go steal him, right? Like, that's going to be what's happening. The circus fight in season 3, Ace Chemicals fight in season 5. Yes, and Jalen, who was that person in that fight? It was Mr. Jerome. And you also want to know why that fight is even more significant? then Jeremiah falling into the chemical vat? Because after that fight, Bruce comes up with his no-kill rule that he's not going to kill anybody. So, had we had another fight with Jerome, not Jeremiah, and Bruce doesn't kill Jerome again, and Jerome falls into the vat, becoming the Joker, it still has this huge character development story that Bruce will not kill Jerome no matter how crazy he is, no matter what crazy things he does, because that is his code. That is good storytelling. Not creating a twin that wants to freaking have Bruce be his brother. Like, what? They should have never killed Jerome. You're never going to beat me on that argument. There's never any good reason that Jerome should have been killed off. Oh, they didn't want to do the makeup on his face anymore. One, that's not confirmed. I don't know if Cameron confirmed that at some point. But that's an easy fix. That's an easy fix. If you can have a plastic surgeon make identical copies of the Waynes, you can have him fix some scars on your face. Like, come on. Makes no sense. Do you think David is the best Bruce Wayne actor so far? No, not at all. Not at all. I know a lot of people like David. Seems like a cool kid. I don't think he's the best. A young Bruce Wayne, maybe. He's definitely better than that kid that fell in BVS and then the bats freaking flew him out. It's better than that guy. Was it just me? Or did you also think the acid looked like disgusting CGI? It was terrible CGI, yes. Jeremiah has probably more makeup than Jerome anyways, for sure. Long live Jerome. Also, Jerome had the followers. Like, he even had followers. Like, he was such a better character. He didn't confirm that. None did. The makeup is just not the reason. I think they only did it because they kept saying Jerome wasn't the Joker, and they wanted to keep their word on that. 100% agree and believe that's the same thing. With them now having Jay in coma again, we're going to get another wake-up death scene? Probably. I wouldn't compare David to the older actors who played Bruce Wayne because his Bruce is in a different time period. Yeah. What is it? Okay, what is it with their obsession with repeating things? Yo, I don't know. I pointed this out, and surprisingly, I have blown my mind. Like, I'm going to tell you guys, there's a lot of things that have been magnificent in this world. There have been, we've landed on the moon, depending on who you talk to. We've freaking, found cures for certain cancers. We've, freaking, until anti-vaxxers showed up, we were freaking almost knocked out measles or whatever that thing was. But, like, we've done a lot of great things in, history, in human history. But none of them compare to me actually converting a Gotham fan into realizing, I'm talking about a super Gotham fan, into realizing that this show repeats stuff all the time. And they literally messaged me one day saying, like, hey, Juice, did you ever notice that all of the Gotham, they repeat all these stories? And I was like, I've been telling you that for years. You've been yelling at me this whole time saying that I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But now that you see Riddler going through the same story, you're like, oh, they repeat storylines. It's happened for the last 5 seasons. Penguin at the bottom, rises to the top, falls to the bottom, rises to the top, falls to the bottom, rises to the top. Been having for 5 seasons. Jerome dies, comes back, gets turned into a twin. Like, they do the same storylines. Bruce kills somebody, learns that killing's bad, kills somebody again, talks about going through depression as being killing's bad. It's same storyline. Same freaking storyline. All the time. They just repeat. Constantly. It's terrible. Lies. That couldn't really happen. No. There's proof. It's proof. I converted one. I made them realize they still love Gotham. They still love Gotham 1,000,000%. But just getting them to realize that their favorite show repeats storylines all the time, it was a miracle. So don't ever tell anybody that miracles aren't possible, because I made it happen. And it's a shame because the actors are spot on. And that's why they keep watching. Love Gotham, but it's very repetitive. Best way to revive Gotham, bring Jerome back. Simple as that. all arguments are invalid. Yeah, like the Church of Jeremiah was mentioned twice when it was gone. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Constantly. Worshippers, cults, it's all the same. Let's see. Yeah, I think bringing a Jerome clone would have been the best thing. Would have been the best. Or just having the real Jerome be alive and the one that died was a clone. Would have been fine. How many characters have died and come back? Oh. Does anybody have that answer? Jerome died and came back. Fish Mooney died and came back. Who else died and came back? I mean, I personally would say, I mean, Alfred died and came back, but the Lazarus pit brings back people from the dead. So I say Alfred died. Raish died and came back. I would say Lee and Ed died, and Hugo Strange brought them back. So that's 6. Who else? Oh, Azrael, or I should say Galavan. That's 7. Mr. Penn. Mr. Penn is coming back. If that's not a twin brother, that's 8. Barbara died and came back. Yep, Barbara came back and died. That's 9. Let's see. Grundy. I hope Grundy comes back. Well, what's his name technically die? Didn't he get shot in the head? But he didn't technically die. So I wouldn't count Butch. So we got 9. We got 9 people have died and came back. I wouldn't consider Butch because Butch technically got shot in the head and he was in a coma. Like he was like in a vegetative state. Then they dropped him in that vat or that like murky water and he came back as Grundy and then Hugo Strange fixed him. Then he died. He didn't come back after that. So he never technically died. Penguin died and came back. I don't think Penguin died and came back. He was dying and was revived. Barbara died. And like, what's his name even said he brought her back. We got 9. 9 people have died and come back on Gotham. And I'm pretty sure there's more than that. Yeah, Ed Lee, Galavan, Barbara, Raish, Mooney, Alfred. I know there's 2 more that I already forgot. There's a lot. Oh, Ivy! Wait, Ivy died? Ivy just got aged up. She didn't die. When did Barbara die? I can't remember. Barbara died when freaking Tabitha electrocuted her. Sophia basically died. Sophia's in a coma. You can't count that. Lee, Ed, Jerome, duh. Galavan, Barbara, Mooney, Alfred, Raish. Didn't we say 1 more? I could have swore we got to 9. Raish, Mooney, Barbara, Galavan, Ed. We got to 9, didn't we? I feel like I missed somebody. There's behind the scenes photos of her in the Lazarus pit. No idea why they didn't show that. Oh, really? They should have shown that. Oh, Mr. Penn. Mr. Penn, 9. If Mr. Penn is coming back. Penguin. I don't think Penguin died. I think Penguin was nursed back to health. Sophia didn't die. She's in a coma. Jeremiah. Well, Jeremiah says he didn't. I mean, Jeremiah didn't die because he had planned that. So he's technically not dead. So I would say we're at 9. We're at 9 people that died and came back. Oh, Bane practically died. No. We're talking about actual deaths, people. Like, they died and were brought back. Like, you know, we're at 9. Galavan died. You know, freaking Lee Riddler died. You know, all those other ones we've named were dead. I hope Edward the dog doesn't die. If they kill Edward the dog, I will be pissed. Wait, Sophia being in a coma is so insulting to tell your audience. She is. She is in a coma. Like, that's what I was saying. Had Sophia died, though, had Lee actually killed Sophia, I would have gave so much praise to Gotham because they would have been doing things different. Because the whole time you hear, like, oh, Gotham's its own universe. Gotham's its own universe. It's not following the comics. It's not doing any of this. It's a prequel. Then treat it like it's your own universe. Like, kill some characters. If people aren't going to be certain characters until, Batman shows up, then kill some people. Like, that would have kept me into this show. Like, if they would have killed somebody like Riddler, or if they would have killed somebody like Penguin, and I would have been like, they're supposed to be there when Batman dies, or when Batman's like born. That would have kept me like super interested, because then I would have never known what to expect. Like, if they're gonna kill big time characters, I would have been like, what? So yeah. Didn't Mr. Freeze die for a second, or was he just frozen? I don't think Freeze died. Did he? I don't know. You might as well count the new Kringle, or whatever that storyline was. That was silly. Yeah, I mean, twins? I don't really know. That was weird. When I heard Walker, I was like, it wasn't Waller. Yeah. Professor Pig was shot, and then they said he's dead. They might as well bring him back. Okay, if you killed Penguin, people would be pissed. Like when Jerome died the first time. Yeah, I mean, no, I'm not saying people aren't going to be pissed. People were pissed when they killed the main guy in Game of Thrones in season 1. But the thing is, it's unexpected. And, just do sometimes. You got to take risks sometimes. I mean, you can't let your audience determine what you do in a show, because then you're just going to do whatever they want. You might as well just make a fan service show. Go back to doing web series and stuff like that. You can't just bring back series. Like, that's like The Walking Dead bringing back I haven't seen The Walking Dead since Rick left. But that's like The Walking Dead bringing back Glenn, Sophia, freaking, what's his face, who's the Punisher. Like, bringing all of them back because they were loved so much. Like, oh man, you can't do that, what? No, The Walking Dead stayed good for, the first six seasons or whatever, because it just randomly killed people, and you're just like, oh shit. But they didn't listen to their fans to bring them back, you know what I mean? You gotta do it. You gotta do things like that. I hate that they killed Magpie. She was awesome. Some of these fans might as well get an archive of their own account and start writing fan fiction, for real. What was the point of the woman and the boy in the weird house? When they teased that at the end of season 4, I thought Court of Owls, but then it was nobody. Yeah, there's so much unexplained stuff in Gotham. It's crazy. That's why I would have loved if Jeremiah shot Lee in this episode before Selina interfered in the alley, actually killing her. That would have been crazy. I would not have expected that, and that would have been awesome. But yeah, it's always like, oh, they're in a coma, or oh, magic potion, or oh, Lazarus pit. Like, yeah, it's so much. I don't get it. It's so crazy. All right, guys, let's get in some last few questions. I'm gonna be ending the stream in about 10-15 minutes. I gotta rest up before I do another stream tonight. Video games. If you guys want to come hang out in about probably like 2 hours on our Twitch stream, come hang out, because it's gonna be a good time. I'm gonna be gifting some subs to the people that are in there chatting it, keeping the chat alive, stuff like that. So definitely come hang out with us over on Twitch, please. It's a good time. It's fun. We still talk about stuff like this, and we do a lot of weird stuff. Yesterday, we had blindfolded gaming. We did a wheel spin. I landed on blindfolded gaming, and I did one of the worst rounds of Apex ever, blindfolded. Surprisingly, lasted a lot longer than I thought I would. It was crazy, but hilarious. So definitely come hang out with that. The other night, I ate a spoonful of mustard. I hate mustard. That I almost threw up during the stream. It's interesting stuff. You should come hang out sometime. What do you think? Okay, will we see Mr. J again, or was that it? No, we'll see him again in the finale, or a couple episodes before the finale, I think, maybe. Thoughts on them stuffing into Barbara's birth story? Hey, man, they're stuffing everything into this final season. I would have stopped watching the rest of the season if Lee got shot. We're getting Man Bat next episode. I don't know. I haven't seen the stuff. Juice, it's 12 a.m. in England. I'm going to sleep in a minute. Peace out, Holly. Thank you for coming by. Thoughts on Selina Kyle this season? I didn't like the cat eyes thing, but, and again, like, I don't know. I just find it weird that they made such a big deal about Selina being this whole different character and she's feeling so much better about herself. But then she's back to being Selina of old. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it. That's the one thing I feel like they set up these big things and they never pay off. And I just don't get it because Selina literally turns into cat eyes and then she's like this fierce Selina that's got this rage of killing. Like, did the rage stop the moment she killed Jeremiah? I mean, or thought she killed Jeremiah? I mean, she was obviously beating the crap out of all these people that tried to kill her. So she still had some fierceness, but I don't know. Like, I don't know why they made such a big deal about that if she's still not going to really kill anybody and she's still just going to go run to being at Bruce's side. So I don't know. Bruce is still a baby. Dick Grayson doesn't even exist. Dick Grayson should technically exist already because I think the Graysons hooked up in season 1. Did the Barbara pregnancy line make you cringe as much as it did me? Not too much. I kind of saw it coming. Have you seen Doom Patrol? I have not. Do you think Gotham will end similar to Smallville? Well, I heard that they don't want to do that, so it'll probably be a full episode of the final season of In the Batsuit and stuff, so we'll have to wait and see. How do you feel if Gotham got a TV movie? Oh, I'm kind of wanting to be done after this. What up, Young? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. We'll be on a Twitch stream in about 2 hours. OPS on the season? I think it's been a little lackluster. 10-year time jump theory. Batman versus Joker, because they aren't going to use the name story, with the Joker working with Penguin and Riddler, while Bats works with Gordon and Selina. Possible. Bruh. Answer my question. Cam Wood, thank you so much for the donation. Thank you so much for that super chat. Everybody give him some love in the stream. Thank you so much, Cam. I really appreciate that. You got the clapping Joker. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that super chat. Thank you so much. Awesome work, man. Gotham comic book follow-up. I mean, I guess that would be kind of smart if, if there was that big enough Gotham audience that would support a comic book. I wouldn't want to write that because there would be so much I want to change. But I think, yeah, I mean, if they want to do kind of an Elseworld story with that Gotham lineup, then why not? I say go for it. I'll donate some good vibes, dude. Okay, I like the music that played when Jerome sees the Wayne surgery, and it played again when Bruce was looking at the chemical vat. Yeah, it's pretty dope. Let's see. Blah 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 blah. Do you think pictures of Jeremiah after the fall into the vat of chemicals is from the time jump or the? I think it's from the time jump. Let's see. Gotham is good except with poor execution and storylines. Falling to Ace still reminds me of the Batman movie. I like blah blah tribute they did in the episode. Okay, do you believe if they made a comic, it would be set before or after the finale? Well, I would assume you would do after the finale. And then it would basically be a Batman comic at that point. So it's kind of like, why even bother, you know? Okay, also, wait, that went away. Okay, do you believe it? Okay, I already read that. Favorite Batman movie? I don't know. I do really like the one with Penguin and Catwoman. But the first one with Jack Nicholson's really good too. I don't know. I really dig the Tim Burton ones. Obviously, Dark Knight's up there. It's kind of its own like best movie. But I really like the aesthetic of the 80s ones. 80s and early 90s. Blah, blah, blah. Juice, what is your opinion on the battle between Jeremiah and Bruce? At the end of this episode, it was weak. It was so weak. Juice, what's your favorite live-action bat suit? I really like Ben Affleck's in BVS. I thought that was pretty badass. Did anyone catch the Omen reference when Jeremiah said it's all for you, Bruce? I didn't catch that. Heroes done a comic line after the series ended. Favorite Batman actor? I don't know. I mean, because I like Ben Affleck's Batman portrayal. His Bruce was okay. I like Christian Bale's Bruce Wayne portrayal. His Batman was okay. So I don't know. I don't know if I have a favorite. I'm hoping Armie Hammer gets the job for the new one. Have you played Arkham Knight? Of course I have. Yeah, one Bruce's punches totally didn't land when he was banging on top of him. Okay, so what you want about the movie itself, but the Suicide Squad Vat scene shat on Gotham one, to be honest. Yeah, I could see that. Will you ever do Gang Beasts again? Yes. You should definitely come hang out with us over on our Twitch stream. I'm going to put it in the chat right now. If you guys don't have a Twitch account, what are you doing with your lives? But you should definitely come hang out with us over on Twitch. Like, I'm not even joking. We have a good time. There's silly moments. We talk about stuff like this all the time. Go follow that. Is that not... Is it... Oh, I didn't link. It didn't hyperlink. Why didn't it hyperlink? Whatever. Really? Oh, I gotta put www. I don't know why I didn't do it. Twitch.tv/juice from the box. Why is it not hyperlinking? Whatever. Whatever. I don't know why it's not hyperlinking. What? Alright. Oh, I gotta go do some stuff, guys. It looks like I'm gonna have to end the stream. I'm gonna have to end the stream here. Get in your last minute questions. I gotta go do some stuff. Hold on. Almost done. I gotta go do some stuff. Oh, there you go. Thank you. Thank you, Lucas. Lucas, mod, put it out there. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Follow that. Go hang out with us. We'll be streaming in about 2 hours-ish over there. Maybe 2.5 hours. Maybe 8:30 Central Time. Go check us out. It's a good time. We talk about fun stuff. We play Apex. We play Gang Beasts. We play a bunch of different stuff. You know, when people donate, I'm going to gift out some subs today. So you should definitely go over there. And, yeah, it's going to be a good time. Come hang out with us over on Twitch. It's a good time. Turn on notifications. I noticed some people say notifications never work for them, but I low-key feel like people don't know how to turn on notifications. Because you got to turn that little thing on. It asks you. Following doesn't mean anything. You got to turn on those notifications. But, yeah. All right, what do we got? Last questions. Juice Twitch is awesome. Thank you so much. Boba Dogs is here. Boba's been here. Yeah, Boba is a sub, you know. So if you trust Boba's word, you should come hang out on Twitch because it's a good time. I'm going to go, Juice, but I'll see you later on the stream. All right, thanks, guys. Robert Pattinson gets cast as a new Batman. I would hate that. But, all right, guys, I'm going to go. I got to go do this stuff that I need to take care of. But come hang out with us if you want to keep talking over on the Twitch stream in about 2.5 hours. Follow that link that Lucas posted in the chat. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. As always, I'm your host, Juicebox. Remember, when you wake up in the morning, ask yourself something. Find me a daily dose of juice. See you guys next time.